It's so weird that in Aliso Viejo, well, at least in my section of Aliso Viejo, trash day is Tuesday. So, and election day is always on a Tuesday, right? So it's always like, oh, it's take out the trash day. It's take out the trash day. Um, as I mentioned last night on my live stream last night, Larry Elder basically already conceded. But I had not, I actually looked at that cringe endorsement thing he did with Rose McGowan after I did that live stream. Oh my God, even. That was so funny. That was so bad. That was so funny. Like, some people are really, really revealing themselves over the last couple of years. Like, they're coming out so full force of, like, what their personalities really are. And it's sad for a lot of you. It's sad for a lot of you are just, like, revealing yourselves to be really ugly people. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to, like, I already had to deal with, like, bringing everything downstairs and getting it all outside for the trash day. And now I gotta, like, make some breakfast, get ready, like, shower, and head up to do some canvassing. Everything that I'm reading is saying that this looks good for us right now. I missed all the rallies. Apparently there was a bunch. Apparently Biden came out to, like, Long Beach and stuff. I didn't even see notifications of these things happening, but honestly, with the pandemic, I probably wouldn't have gone anyway. I don't want to be around a lot of people. Burning Man was okay because, like, I could be at, like, 100 yards away and still enjoy, like, the sights in front of me. I didn't have to actually be close to anybody. So that was nice. Like, I had a lot of space. That was a really good event for me in that way. I had a lot of space. The other thing that people are like, this is another, like, thing that, like, reveals, like, who people are and what their priorities are. A lot of people have been talking about this event that I guess happened on Sunday, Met Gala or something. And number one, okay, so when I'm looking at these pictures, I'm thinking, okay, way too many of you are not wearing masks and you're standing way the fuck too close together. We're not out of the pandemic. Why are you guys acting like things are normal? Things are not fucking normal. They're not normal. So it was this celebrity event, and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez apparently wore some dress. And of course, like, everybody who's really superficial is, like, commenting on, like, this dress, and good comments, bad comments, and everything else. Normally I wouldn't even like be interested in, I don't really do that. Like, when I watch the Oscars or the Golden Globes or something, I kind of look at the dresses, but it's not, like, that big of a deal to me unless, like, somebody's wearing something completely hideous that I'm like, oh my God, what were you thinking? Are you trying to be artistic or something? But it's not a big deal for me what people wear, obviously. Image is not that important to me. So there's pro comments, there's con comments on what was going on with her dress. What I can say is this: it was a misfire. I can tell you this. Like, I really like Alex Ocasio-Cortez quite a bit, and she and I are not in the same place when it comes to fashion. Obviously, she's got much more of a fashion sense than I do, for sure. But I've just never considered that to be very important. It's never been a big deal for me. Like when I take a shower and I straighten out my hair, I'll probably do some live streaming so you can see that, like, sometimes I can look a little bit pretty. But these types of things are not important to me. Like, it's not important to me that she has a really cool handbag or that she's, that's not important to me. I think it was a misfire because I think the intention was probably earnest, but I don't think you wear a gown and go to a celebrity event and put tax the rich all over your back and your bottom and everything and try and make a point that you're fighting for impoverished people. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. It's such a weird way to do your demonstration. It's like look at me in my gorgeous gown and tax the rich. It turns it into kind of a meaningless slogan. It really does. Now, I don't think Alex really has a lot of money, but she does have privilege. At this point, she does have a lot of privilege, right? She's got a right. Natalie, it didn't make Natalie says the AOC dress didn't make sense. She didn't. I don't think she calculated that was. Wait, are you changing your opinion on that? Because at first you're saying AOC didn't make sense, and now you're saying yes, it did. I'm saying it's a misfire because I don't think she's got a ton of money. Well, she has a congressional salary, which is a six-figure income. That is a six-figure income. But I mean, in today's world, six figures, depending on where you live, like, and she lives in like New York, right, is not as much money as you think it is. Like, it doesn't go as far as you think it does. So she actually has to provide herself a residence not only in New York but also in DC. And you know, if you're having to provide yourself with two residences, and that money can go pretty quick, right? Because those are both very expensive places to live in order to get the job done. I just don't think that and by the way, this is probably like the only open criticism I've ever offered towards Alex. I really like her. I think that she's a fantastic representative for us. Yes, it does. Sorry. Okay. I'm not really following. I'm not sure where you're landing on this one, Natalie, but like, this is my opinion. This is my opinion of the subject, is that it was out of touch. It was not. It was a misfire. That when you are, you know, when you have to do like public things, I would separate out that messaging from the public events that you have to do, because you're like, there are certain things that they get invited to that they need to do to like network and do whatever their political bullshit is that they have to do. I've had to go to things like this, and you know what? I wear dresses off the rack. I've never had like a custom dress made for me. I've never fucking had a custom dress made for me. I wear shit off the rack, and half of the time it doesn't even fit right. But I've had to go to similar sort of like, oh, fancy event, we have to dress up, show a little cleavage. I had to do that, but I think that was a misfire. You don't wear like a ball gown. It's a fucking ball gown that says tax the rich. That was a misfire. I think she learned her lesson. She's getting pretty dragged on social media right now for that. That was a misfire. I'm sure that she'll come back around. I love Alex Ocasio-Cortez, and every one of us has made mistakes at some point that like we ended up humiliating ourselves. Like, we've all done this, right? Like, we've all done things that ended up with a lot of like pretty public criticism against us, some to a greater degree than others, depending on like how many people actually know who you are and whether or not they want to talk about you. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so Natalie says she should have put the message on like a jacket or something when she's working, right? Yes, I agree with it. And actually, I think she actually has some t-shirts and stuff. I think she actually sells some swag with like messaging like that on it. That makes more sense. Like having it in a casual environment, or like you're in a working environment, like you're in your district actually doing things to fight for the policy. That makes way more sense than to go to a fancy gala wearing a ball gown that basically has like Chick-fil-A font on the back of your dress. Like, that was a misfire. That was a misfire. Oh, Alex. She'll recover though. She'll get over that. I don't think it's as bad as the jacket that freaking Melania wore down to the ICE detention center that said, "I don't care, do you?" or whatever it said. Like, that was pretty bad. That was way worse. That was way worse. There are obviously a lot of women who get attacked for their fashion choices, and because there's so much pressure put on women to make the correct fashion choices. Obviously, I don't care. I don't care. Ball dress with tax through. I know, Natalie. It was terrible. I feel so bad for her that she misfired. Somebody probably talked her into that bullshit. That was a terrible. That was pretty bad, you guys. That was pretty bad. Anyway, today is election day. Today is the final day to vote. If you have not voted, please vote. We need to make sure that we vote down that recall. Natalie, I hope you come up to Deepak today. We're going to be canvassing. Come on up. I've never met you in person. Like, you've been on my friends list for fucking years. Like, you've been on my friends list, like, since 2018 or something, right? Various accounts. Like, you have a lot of different accounts. But, you should come up. We should, you live closer to Deepak than I do. Today's the day. We gotta get out the vote, get people to the polls. I don't know what they're going to have us do, if we're going to be, like, knocking on doors or, like, poll watching or what we're going to be doing. But, just, you know, today of all days, it's the day that we need to show that we're team players. Oh, Alex, that dress. Every time I see it, too, I'm just like, oh, wow. Boy, that was bad. That was a misfire. Oh, my Lord. But then I also see, like, people's reactions to it, and you can tell, like, who is incredibly superficial based on, like, what their reactions are to it. I think she looks gorgeous in this dress, or what a horrible person. Like, there's such extreme reactions one way or the other. I would just say it's just she just made a mistake. Like, this happens to mostly to women all the time, because dudes, all they have to do is put on a fucking suit. Like, they've been wearing basically the same outfit for, like, over 100 years. They've been wearing, like, the same fucking outfit for, like, over 100 years, and so they never get criticized like the way that we do, unless they do something really extreme. They don't get criticized in the same way that women do. I usually don't even like to talk about clothes at all, because I just think it's so petty. But the fact that she put, like, progressive messaging on her dress, that kind of opens it up to a political commentary. And I think that was a mistake. I think that was a mistake, you guys. All right, let's go get out the vote.